Hey y'all. Let's talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. Hating on feminism. So, I can't really give to you one example why I really just don't like feminists in general and the ideology that is feminism. Primarily because I I guess it's because I was a tomboy as a kid and just never really I don't see myself as like well, I I understand the difference between men and women, and I respect that difference because men and women are not the same. That's kind of like inherent, but regardless, I never like the because I'm a girl bullshit or like fight like a girl. Whenever I hear that, I roll my eyes. It's just fight like a girl. You mean slap fighting, screeching, pulling hair? Yeah, okay. Girls don't play. Girls don't fucking fight nice. I can tell y'all about the time I got ganged up on, but girls are girls be bitches. And of course, there's the breed of girl that hates other women. I tend to fall into that. Yes. It's really funny because they'll be like, men are stupid. I hate boys. Boys, fight like a girl. Rosie the Riveter. Because that wasn't totally not about. Anyway, they'll be like, why can't I never find a guy? But at the same time, fuck men. Bitch, this is a little problem. But anyway, like, I have a friend that I'm trying to red pill slowly. She's, I want to say, like, not full on pink pussy hat feminist, but she's kind of the, I'm a good person too, virtue signaler kind of feminist. And that just, like, she had this one thing. What's something you're afraid of? The patriarchy. Oh my god, you bitch. You're not afraid of, like, coronavirus or getting shot up in the middle of the night or something? I don't know. Like, something I'm afraid of is being abducted because I am small and weak. And it's all my fucking life. I grew up hearing a story about Brittany Drexel, and if you're from South Carolina, you already know who I'm talking about. But Brittany Drexel was a girl who was abducted from Myrtle Beach in like 2004, I want to say, and it was probably 2007 or something like that. But she was never found, and there's still billboards with her face saying, like, if you find her, call this number, or if you have information. Well, I think it was last year, someone came out saying, yeah, don't arrest me because I wasn't involved, but I know what happened to her. They raped her and fed her to alligators. Like, I could have told you that one. But, so yeah, that's my fear. And not the patriarchy. I think the patriarchy only really exists in, like, the Middle East, where they're cutting clits off and shit. You can't even show your eyes in some parts of the world. Okay. But I'm saying all this because it is contributing to the rise of the trad wife. See the title. But is the title up there or there? I don't remember. It's been so long. I've been on YouTube since like 2008. I remember when the yellow subscribe button was above the video and the description was on the side. Or is it? Whatever. But regardless, we're fed up of it too. And I'm particularly kind of just fed up with the you're a woman, therefore you're a feminist. It's like, I agree with you, my dude. Why you gotta throw the net so wide? And that's also the reason why I generally am meh towards MGTOW, because it's like, I want to agree with you. I want to support men. Why you gotta do what feminists are doing exactly the same thing? Pray for Guile. Just start, like, I don't know, just like very casually start slipping traditional values into her. Like, maybe teacher, like, if it's not too big of a jump, gun safety, but I already know someone's gonna already screech at the thought of a gun. Like, I'm Southern, I was kind of raised around them. I grew up around a shooting range. I heard it all the time. When I would have friends over, they're like, "What's that gunshot? Oh my god!" I'm like, "They're not gonna hit us, dude. Chill." But in my quest to slowly red pill my friends, or friend, because I am one of those girls that I hate being that I'm not like other girls, but like, if someone else tells me that, I guess I'm not the one saying it, so whatever. But generally, like I said previously, there's a breed of women that just hate other women. And I think it's because we're more like men. It's the high T women that just hate other women. But regardless, I want to take that little munchkin under my wing and be like, no, just stop believing Greta Thunberg. What was the thing I was about to say? Anywhoosies. Shit, I'm really blanking out. There's like something on my tongue. Okay, these are kind of getting annoying. Well, I'm really sorry I'm blanking. This is probably horrible to watch, but okay, I'll just get back on the MGTOW because I can talk about that for days. Like, every time you try to have a conversation with a MGTOW as a female, it's, well, stop talking about yourself. Well, you're a woman, therefore you're wrong. It's, well, women fuck society. It's like, well, are we supposed to just die then? Like, okay. I also love well, you shouldn't prioritize the womb, and the womb is going to be replaced, and sex robots. I'm like, companionship? What's that? What is human contact? We're social animals? What? Anyway. This. Also, like, get her into, also, like, sewing. Everyone should know how to sew. Knitting is more feminine, but, like, when it comes to even just sewing on a button, everyone should know how to sew. That's a very good, like, imagine the apocalypse is here, and you got a wound, that's a big old gash. I can stitch you up, and I can make it look invisible. I can make it so that the thread doesn't go on the skin. You want some skill? I got that skill. But also, let me just read some comments first. Yes, and I'll get to that in a second. Oh, yeah. I mean, they try to get them as young as possible. I mean, you see the drag queen of Story Hour and queer kid stuff, which I guess that fell off the face of the earth. I haven't seen that in a bit. Shit. What was the thing I was talking about? Oh, yeah. Like, I always consider and try to think about what's the role of humans, not just in the world, but, like, men protect, men hunt, women protect children, and the hunters and the gatherers. Like, men have better depth perception and spatial reasoning because they were hunters, and women have better color vision because we were gatherers, and we have a bigger, like, wider field of view because we raised kids, and kids scatter around and shit. Like, women sleep lighter because we wake up to the sound of like, anything that could harm the larvae. But, like, what is the worth of a woman? That's something I've honestly been questioning as a woman myself. Like, maybe I just let the haters get to my head, but we're not strong. We're not really capable. But then again, there's been a lot of historical evidence of working women, like picking shit in the field, or barmaidens especially. I remember this in a historical fashion video where they were wearing their corsets outside of their gowns, which by the way, no, they fucking weren't. But and like barmaids would have their stays, not corset stays, on the outside of their gowns because I guess they were like dressing down or something. And you know, I always like I can get into like historical fashion, but one aside, clothes that are very utilitarian, I really appreciate that. Like the Scottish kilt thing, the thing. Well, the part that goes over your shoulder can be used kind of like a pouch. I find that cool, kind of like aprons and whatever. But and women don't want pansies. I swear to God. Here's a little side story. Here's some more lore for you. I used to think that I liked the soft guys. I was like, oh yeah, I love that willowy, just soft beta. Not beta. That wasn't in my vocabulary at the time. But now I'm like disgusted. I think about an ex-boyfriend that I had for like 3 years, which it was kind of 1 year. He kind of led me on for 2 years because he didn't want to break my heart. Like, just fucking talk to me, you asshole, instead of wasting my time. But anyway, like this asshole would literally say, can we just be friends? But then you would still treat me like a girlfriend. So it's like, can you get some balls, my dude? But women don't like pansies. We already have a pussy. We don't need another one. That's all that needs to be said. We want a rock because, I've said this before, but we are victims of our hormones. And a lot of times we can't fucking help it, especially around that time of the month, Shark Week. Look at a shark brain and you'll just get what I'm talking about. But even if you're not like a woman like me that can recognize the crazy hormonal shift and shit, we still want that little bit of a, someone that can be just shut up, bitch, but in a nicer way. I just had Dave Chappelle, anyone? I'm Rick James, bitch. Let's see some comments. Thank you. It's always the 130-pound woman tossing the 220-pound man over her shoulder like, it's no bitch. It's no shit. Like, honey, if one man came at me that's 100 pounds heavier than I am, he would pick me up and throw me like a dart. Even if I had like piano wire and got around his neck, I'm probably still fucked. Because I don't know technique. I don't know martial arts. Sweeping the knees ain't gonna help my ass. Hello. I just have a lot of different, somewhat related thoughts going on at the moment. But I cannot speak for all women, of course, but generally, it's sexy when a guy is like a leader. He knows what he wants. He knows what to do, and this might have to do with like a touch of the rape fantasy bullshit. But if you know anime at all, you probably know the kabedon thing, which is where someone's like right here and you just over them like that, and you're like, hey baby. That's sexy as fuck. That is panty dampening right there. And I don't say the P word, panty. I don't like that word. I'll say pussy all day. I don't like panties. That's left over from my tomboy era where I was just like, I hated that word. Regardless. I'm not saying that we want to be dominated, but like, just kidding. Or am I? Yep. Because I would be much happier being the ruler of the household. Speaking of which, historically speaking, having a successful pregnancy and having strong children was seen about as equal as being a good warrior. Just saying. I'm just super saying. But like I think about that often, and I try to apply that to real life, and I'm like, that's so true, because a lot of the times, let's talk about like the psychological horror movie. Someone went wrong. You blame the parents. You blame the mom, especially. Like what was I about to say? I forget it. Okay, sometimes they're like kind of trying hard. They're kind of going for the see. I'm not like those whores. Like just be yourself, boo, and let it come. Just let it ride. But like I get it. I feel like if you think you're cool, if you think you're hot shit, you don't need to tell the world. You just kind of like, you should let that confidence exude and let people pick it up. You know, you don't need to tell the joke. Essentially, you don't need to explain the punchline if it's funny. That be yourself is my gut. Mini burp. Jim Carrey's also a fucking crazy person. And Hollywood's been a big stain. You see, I do say pantsu instead. Pantsu to get 'em on, pantsu to get 'em on, pantsu to get 'em on. If y'all know that song, woo. But Hollywood has been a bunch of bullshit since the golden era of Hollywood. Think about Marilyn Monroe. I'm pretty sure she was either murdered or coerced into suicide. Epstein. Anyway, I gotta have the obligatory Epstein joke. But anyway, why do I say that so much? Thank you. And Hollywood has been a bunch of bullshit for... I need water. Sorry, it's getting kind of hot in here. I don't have my AC on. Because living in the South, you always fucking need it. Any hoosies. Hollywood is bullshit. And ever since I was a little kid, I just didn't like it. I've always hated movies. There's only been a handful of movies that I can actually watch. That's why anime is superior, because anime knows what the fuck is up. So there's a little bug flying in front of my face. Agreeable. But didn't also he, like, last year have some full-on, like, meltdown about Trump or something, or impeachment? Either way. That's just more clout chasing for Hollywood. Per usual, the standard. Yeah. Like, about the systematic destruction of the home that we've gone through for decades now. Like, I remember as a kid, divorce is at 50%. That's so scary. It's like, why is that though? Why do we have all these problems, but they're seemingly not being fixed? Why are we always being told these things? Why are we having the problems manufactured, but we're not having them solved? It's it's making a problem to sell you a solution. Like, I can go on about welfare and all that crazy shit and how it's completely destroyed a lot of shit. But it's become cool and the norm to be like, oh yeah, I'm from a broken home. I hate my parents. I blah, 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 blah. I was abused. I have anxiety. Self-diagnosis. It's like, that's the culture we've come to. Like, my generation, Gen Z, the Zoomers, we are doomer Zoomers, all right? Like, we grew up in the post 9/11 era. Like, I was too young to remember 9/11, but I was alive when it happened. But all my life, we've had the helicopter parents that were either always at work or always, like, pushing us to do something. Like, I remember distinctly being so fucking frustrated that we spend all of our time in school and never with our family. And that bothers me now, because I want to be able to homeschool my kids to teach them my values, family history, being able to tell them what's right and wrong and not have the school tell them. Like, my parents were fucking relieved that they didn't have to teach me sex ed, but now I'm like, no, they're not learning about dildos in the 5th grade. No. Like, I remember having sex ed in the 4th grade, learning about periods for the first time. Imagine whipping out a fucking butt plug and being like, well, kiddies, you put this up your butt, but you have to have lube. It's like, that's not age appropriate. I can get on such a fucking tangent about a lot of shit. Oh, sorry, I forgot to get onto that. If it's not obvious, Tim Pool, because I cosplayed him in that one video. I want to do that again because that was pretty fucking funny. But Tim Pool, Stick, Sex, and Hammer, Sargon of Akkad. Who else? Those are my big ones that I watch like mostly daily. Bearing when he uploads. Short Fat Otaku occasionally. Who else? I unsubbed from Blair White a long time ago because I was just really sick of the I'm pregnant. It's like, bitch, no, you're not. Some black guy. There's more. Oh well. Like, oh, who's that motherfucker? Sometimes I watch V. Sometimes no bullshit, even though he's a little hyperbolic in my ass. Like, I can agree and disagree with him, but mostly I'm just like, sure, Brooks. But, yeah. I don't know. It's kind of ironic that I don't watch a lot of female commentators. Actually, I don't think it is, because, what I said previously about I never really got along with other girls. And I hate saying that because it sounds cringe and it sounds like some copy pasta, but it is true. I've always, whenever I had a female friend, there always was a falling out. Whenever I had a male friend, I'm still friends with them to this day. Well, actually, except my ex-boyfriend, but he's a bitch, so you can count him as a female. Ugh. What about y'all? What about, what YouTubers, more than just political commentators? How about that? Also, I really want to try to put my content on BitChute, but last time I did that, I had to fucking factory reset my computer. So I don't want to do that again. Might just make BitChute exclusives. Maybe. Probably. Most likely. I'll have to see about that. Because even my second political channel is dead as fuck. Heard of, I don't watch. There's so many fucking content creators out there, I just can't keep up. Like, I can't even keep up with all the different platforms that Stick, Sex, and Hammer is on. Like, I bought his book, I still haven't fucking read it because I'm on YouTube every day, all day long, all the hours of the day. That, I'm just not a reader, but I really wanted that book. Yeah, I'll occasionally watch the quartering as well. Just not a lot. Oh, by the way, it is confirmed I'm going to a convention now. Like, I finally got the hotel room booked and everything, because I'm a lazy ass. This is some fuck shit. Rip. So yeah, I'll be going to NashiCon in Columbia, South Carolina on Valentine's Day weekend. If y'all are local, come say hey. I'm going to be cosplaying Ring Konoe. My favorite lolly from Kodama no Jikan, you know, female Boku no Pico, which is far, far, far from the reality that it is. And then also probably Tamaki Suo from Ouran High School Host Club, because Valentine's. SFO? I feel like... Oh, Short Fire Otaku, yes. He's been making some fucking bangers lately. And Sargon. Sargon's latest content about, like, especially women, and, like, women don't want to date soy boys, and, what is it? The historical shit, like, the one Knights of the Round Table story, and then Robin Hood. I wanted to say Peter Pan, but that's wrong. So yeah, y'all pretty much watch who I watch. Which makes sense, because I essentially advertise my channel with I'm a female, and not really, but like I get this a lot on YouTube. It's just, I thought goths were all liberal. We're the OG nonconformists. Why would you think that? Like, I guess I kind of break the mold, because there's like the vegan, militant, leftist goth stereotype, which I like fried chicken way too much to be vegan. And I like honey. I mean, I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't have like cheese and milk, but whatever. Me too. I watch those two kind of less. I don't really watch, like, I'm not sub to any anime channels, but I'll watch their videos. Like, I think it's like Heart of Garden or something, Heart of Varden, that has like hentai reviews. Which reminds me, I need to finish watching Black Bible. That's a good hentai, but hentai. And I had a friend that actually cosplayed from Black Bible, and I'm like, damn bitch, I might want to buy that off of you. I wouldn't say that. I think we're more of just weirdos with weird tastes. But some of us, yeah. Some of them. I hate people that are contrarians just for the fuck of it. Like, oh, you like this? Well, I don't, because you do. It's just, you're not special because you're opposed to everything. It's okay to like stuff. Like, also, I think that's one trap that a lot of goths fall into. Like, a lot of people think that goths can't like color, goths can't like music outside of goth music, goths can't like things outside of goth stuff. It's like, really? Do you not like things outside of your normal norm? Okay. So, I think that's something that kind of, for instance, goth points. If you ever heard this, it's kind of like a meme, jokey thing. Like, oh, that, turn in your goth badge. Like, that's minus 10 goth points. Goth points out the roof or something like that. But, yeah. But also, one thing I was going to say about that. I have to remind myself, you're not going to lose goth points if you do X. Like, I can wear red and not lose goth points. Or white, for that matter. Speaking of which, I still want to do this. All gothic white. Like, I have the dress and everything. I want to do, like, black makeup with, like, white eyes, and I don't have contacts, sadly, but my white wig and maybe some black accessories, but white can look gothic. I call it snow goth. One sec. Hey. The essence of the goth aesthetic. Okay, there's a lot of debate whether it's a music style, it's a fashion style, it's whatever. I meet it both ways with it's a lifestyle, because yes, goth did originate with the music. It's the post-punk late 70s, early 80s kind of shit, you know, very Bauhaus, Joy Division, Susie, early Cure, stuff like that. I would generally just say the aesthetic is appreciating things that most people would consider macabre or disregard as spooky, and they don't want to think about it. Like, I love cemeteries, always have. Ever since I was a little little baby bat. I always love cemeteries, and you can see my scoliosis in action right now. There is a lot of overlap with occult, like see Stick, Sex, and Hammer. I think he considers himself a goth. He's very casual, almost a trad. He's almost trad goth with the leather jacket and shit. He just needs a little bit more of a spiked up do, and he'd be like 80s trad perfection. But and like a cigarette and coffee. But I'm not Christian, but I've always had like the same. Like, I can just hang out with Stick, Sex, and Hammer all day. Like, if I was a dude, that'd probably be me. But I kind of also have the very esoteric beliefs. I don't know what spiritual. I'm Southern. We're like the Chinese that we have rice with every meal and we worship our ancestors, except we don't have coronavirus. I'm not about that Hong Kong flu-y. That flu Manchu. But also there's a whole like divide. I'll have to show you at some point the Goth family tree. I guess that's the name for it. But there's a branch called Tribal Goth, and there's a lot of. I can name a few influencers that have this. Why is my hand numb as fuck? It's probably my neck. Okay, fucking science lesson. Because of my scoliosis, it presses on nerves in my neck and my shoulder, so that makes things go numb on this side of my hand, right here. Science. Well, anyway, the whole tribal goth thing. There's a lot of Viking aesthetic, a lot of Norse, which, if you're into that almost ethno-white national-ish bullshit, which. I can appreciate it. I can appreciate your roots and your heritage and shit. But it's very Viking. That's all I really gotta say. It's like dreadlocks and like antler jewelry and and pentacles and triquetras and Hail Odin. That essentially. Look up Adora Batbrat. She's pretty much known for being like the pink perky goth. She had pink hair for the longest time. Pastel. That kind of came and went. I've talked about pastel goth a little bit. I might have to do a pink goth look. And yellow. Susie Sue with Spellbound. That's a great fucking song, by the way. But she had the yellow makeup and the yellow outfit and still looking goth as fuck and not losing any goth points. I think it is too. A lot of them are feminists, and that's why. I don't know what that would look like. But it sounds cool. Yes. Dank. Do you like, oh my god, what is that fucking... Okay, it's like it's some group, and all they have is, like, they have bone instruments, and they just, like, chant on stage. High Lung. Do you like High Lung? They're pretty cool. I don't know if they're metal, but they're cool. They're Viking-esque. Also, if we're... Okay, I've gotten way far off on the Trad-Wife topic, but let's get onto cultural appropriation bullshit. Like, white people can't have braids. Bitch, Vikings, Romans, the Huns, all of them wore braids. Like, saying that white people aren't allowed to do this is kind of fucking retarded. Just saying. Aw. YouTube be zucking people. My comments keep getting deleted all the time. Like, I was trying to make this comment the other day. Women are more likely... I'm gonna say this right now. Women are more likely to be violent because we know we can get away with it. Law-wise, we know we can get away with it because we most likely didn't hurt that person that bad, a guy. And we're women. No one's gonna blame us. Like, we should be blamed. We should be held accountable for our actions. But how often do you hear that? Oh, so-and-so threw hot grits on a man and he went to jail. It's like, to say that we don't have the capacity for violence is like, no, we're probably more likely to be violent. I think that's just the hormone thing. Like, y'all know cat fights. At my high school that before I graduated, man, the black chicks would fight every fucking day like cats and dogs, and it was almost kind of funny as fuck because like hair would be loosened, like their braids would get ripped out and shit. And I can't, bitch. Yes, toxic femininity. Also, I like, people always debate, is toxic masculinity real? I'll give you the answer my boyfriend gave me. Islam. I'm like, damn, that's a really good fucking answer. Yes. I think Islam is the epitome of toxic masculinity. And toxic femininity, y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. English, motherfucker, do you speak it? Toxic femininity, feminism, epitome. Y'all know English. Y'all know what I'm trying to mean. I don't know who that is. Okay, this is really funny. A lot of things, there's a whole net of shit that aren't goth that goths like, and Johnny Cash is one of them. Another big one of them is David Bowie. And I would have to say Johnny Cash is very OG goth. I'm just going to say it right now, because not only did he dress in all black, that's not necessarily a requisite, like I said about the pink goth thing previous, but he wore all black, and he was the man of the, I wouldn't call him a contrarian, but I would say that he was more of a somewhat outcasted figure, like very outsider, very alternative. I guess that's a good word, because he spoke for like prisoners, especially. He would always play for prisoners, and also he was really religious, and religious imagery is very common in goth subculture, but whatever. He had that very solemn, not coldness, but like solemn. I think that's all I can say, but yeah, I would have to say Johnny Cash was an OG goth. And I remember talking to a Hot Topic employee one time, saying that they actually had Johnny Cash playing occasionally in there. I'm like, dang. And on the topic of Johnny Cash, funny you bring that up, I've had The Highwayman stuck in my head by The Highwaymen. Waylon Jennings, Chris Christopherson, Willie Nelson, and Johnny Cash. Had that stuck in my head all day long. I was a highwayman. Okay, cool. I mean, as much as they hate on him, they're like, they want that white dick, though. They know they want that white dick because it's probably going to care for him. Because I don't know what that shit dick's doing. Okay, let's skip on before. I know. Like, it was always the land whale black girls that wanted the the skinny white guy. I don't know. It was weird. And then they have the nerve to be like, fuck you, white girl, you're stealing my style. Like, bitch, fuck you and your blue contact lenses. Like, when I see black girls bitch about, oh, white white people always shit on us for blah, blah, blah. It's like, I can tell you so many different instances of just blackwashing. Nick Fury, Grover from the Lightning Thief, Little Orphan Annie, Guinevere, Joan of Arc. Like every time black girls want to bitch about, oh, white girls this stealing us from, it's like, your blonde hair, your blue eye, your blue contact lenses, your bougie white girl bullshit. Maybe maybe act like a ghetto queen. How about that? Don't steal the white girl culture. That it's funny seeing black girls have that Starbucks culture and still bitch about white girls like they're not acting like the biggest fucking white girl. Regardless. Yeah. That reminds me. Not only have testosterone levels gone down over the years, but also penis sizes. That makes me worried, but I'm seriously thinking there's something in the water because I know there's something in the food already. They're already admitting it. Avoid fried chicken, guys. A fried chicken has a lot of estrogen in it. I'm sorry, but that's true. Eat some steak. I'm like trying to reread this over and over again because like I guess I'm dyslexic or something. I'm stupid. Yeah. Reminds me. Someone on the stream, like I think yesterday or the day before, last time I streamed, whatever, it was like, show tits. I'm like, you don't want to see them. Pornhub, X videos, go anywhere else. You don't want to see these little things. Yeah, I think I saw that. I don't care. Like I genuinely don't care. Okay, I'm pretty sure I did see that, and I left my dislike and moved on because I know that if I leave a comment, I'm going to be attacked. Primarily just because I have female in the profile picture. Like, it's a picture of her. She has a picture. Therefore, she's trying to let you know that she has beef flaps. It's like, okay. Okay, I do get the joke. Have I though? Regardless. I can still agree with Sargon even if he's made goofs, okay? I can still like the person. I'm just saying, it has a lot of estrogen in it. Estrogen in it. Speech therapy. I need it. But also, like this, like if you're gonna nitpick on like can't read, just, that's like I wanted to nitpick when Tim Pool had the spelling error in his title. It's like, y'all gonna be on some dumb shit nitpicking about little things when you, it's like, what's the thing? Take it seriously, but not literally, or something like that. Either way, like I know for one thing, I misspeak a fucking lot, and most of the time it's my brain is running so fucking fast, my mouth doesn't keep up, and I just completely skip out on info that I meant to say. Like a lot of times, I'll have to go in the comments and be like, "Oh, I completely fucked this up," in at blank seconds and minutes. So if it's like I think I watched maybe a minute in there, rolled my eyes to the back of my head to the point there was pain, and then just clicked off. Like I genuinely don't care about that petty bullshit. Also, I think maybe at 8 o'clock I might dip. It's 7:54 at the moment. Because I am thirsty and I have no water in this household. In my room at the moment. Also, all my streams always derail at the last like 30 minutes because I don't like run out of content. I just forget what to say until people remind me. You know, gotta get that motor rolling. Oh, what is that? Okay, before I start reading these comments, that one Jeff Foxworthy joke where it's like, women are like a diesel engine. It takes a while, but once you get it cranked, it just keeps going and going and going. Which, yes. This, I like the look of chokers, but these are actually a hell of a lot more comfortable than something that actually like expands and stretches. This just has a little clip on the back. I personally like it because I'm sorry, I was reading another comment. Chicken titties. Anyway. I love the mix of soft and hard. That's why I love throwing the collar on, because I love like stripes and lace and velvet and silk, but then also like combat boots and spikes. I love that mix of hard and soft. So that's why. One time I had a kid be like, "Why is she wearing a dog collar?" That hurt my pride just a little bit. Just a wee bit. So, yeah. I want to get some more collars because I like them a lot. I want to wear them out more in public. This one's small and subtle enough to be like, oh shit, she's wearing a spike collar. And not have it like super prominent, because this is the kind of shit I wear out in public with maybe a shawl over it. I seldom dress up, let me just say that. So when I do, I like to have my small accessories that are like, see, I'm badass. Also, I just feel safe because like if I think about this often, but just cut them bitches. If someone comes at me, just whap, 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 whap. So yeah, I do feel a little safer wearing this because, yeah. Can I have an example? Okay, let me be your English teacher. Citation needed! Like, obviously, I didn't watch that video that you're referring to, but like, can you give me an example? Because I need a good example of something that he has been demonstrably wrong on, because for the most part, I see that he's just talking about social issues and shit that he's generally correct on. Like, when he talks about women's bullshit, I'm like, yes, keep going. Thank you. Keep talking. Please interview me. But sorry, Carla's daddy. I like that gray in his beard. I've always liked older men. I've always liked the silver foxes. That's why I think Jordan Peterson is pretty hot. Oh, I'm just exposing myself all over the internet. But sorry. Just a wee bit. Yeah, I feel that. I don't think so, because I'm already taken. I have a boyfriend of 3 years now. So no. But like, I feel like it's that big of an age gap for my current. One thing I think about is Were you able to change my diapers when I was born? If you were like under the age of 7, that's one thing. Maybe not even 7, like 5. But forget that I have a boyfriend at the moment, which is kind of hard for you to remember. But y'all thirsty as fuck. I said I might have, and I only watched like a minute of it. Regardless, usually I'm not blinded by, following someone. Just like, I'm not going to be constantly dick sucking, dick riding, just, oh yes, everything you say is true. Yes, daddy, yes. But I've yet to see something where Carl's wrong, or give me like one thing. Like a one-word answer. If you can't melt it down into a short paragraph. I genuinely think that is a evolutionary thing, because like what Sargon was talking about, women tend to like older men because older men have their shit figured out. They're more mature. Women always mature faster than guys. So if you're a 14-year-old girl, a 14-year-old guy isn't going to be on your same level. Just going to say it. But is reason. Like, why do we have 7-year-olds marrying 78-year-olds in Islamic countries? Because little younger women are a lot more fertile, and you start losing your eggs by like 35, and older men can have kids as long as their stomach can come. So, for instance, I have a good friend of mine whose dad was like 70 or something when she was born. He's gone now, of course, but like, damn, old man had some game. It's okay. I'm your virtual girlfriend. A little shaming and tea for myself. I kind of thought about in my very early, when I first joined YouTube, I thought about being like a virtual girlfriend thing, because I've always cared about the plight of men. I just feel bad. I always do. Like, why y'all gotta be dying all the time and hard, and like, men are the most homeless, die at work the most, are treated like walking ATMs, but I'm just saying, like, women, if we're put on a pedestal, we need to return the favor, you know? Why did I say that? But anyway, just consider me your internet conservative waifu. your goth waifu. Your trad goth waifu. Yeah, I know, and like, that's one of the hard, vicious cycles, because like, women, we don't want to disregard the guy. That's why when we're in a triangle, this dude likes me, but this dude also likes me, it's so hard on us, because either be a bitch or be a bitch. There's not a winning situation. Someone's gonna hate you in the end, and even if you try to be nice to them, even if you try to like say, well, I still like you, or it's seen as insulting. It's seen as, don't pity me, don't give me your yeah. But that it's a hard cycle to get out of, because it's mostly just driven by just human nature. Like, I can't help if I'm stuck in a love triangle and someone else likes me, but I like this other person, and it's like, there's nothing I can really do for you. I don't want to, I try my hardest, but I don't know what's good for guys because I want to learn more. I want to understand what it's like to live in a guy's world because I've only experienced life as a girl, and I've always wanted to understand people because I'm just deeply empathetic, apparently. I mean, I'm not married yet, but I'd have to say my best dish is maybe anything rice related or pasta. Oh shit, what was the first meal I made for my boyfriend? I think it was curry. I made curry with him. And I always like putting raisins in it because I just like fruit and stuff like that. Like dried fruit and nuts are really good with rice and meat and shit like that. But I'm really good at cooking. I'm just really good at Asian food, which is good because I have an Asian boyfriend and I like Asian food a lot because a lot of it doesn't have dairy and I'm lactose intolerant. But oh god, I've gone on for over an hour and I said I would dip at 8 o'clock. It's already 8:05. So I know there's a good pizza recipe. I have it's not the best dough, but I make it from hand, so there's that. It's just kind of, it doesn't really rise as much. I probably should put something else in it, like, I don't know. I don't think, the thing is because there's no yeast in it, but, caramelized onions, prickly pear jam, which we had made this prickly pear jam this one time. It was really fucking good. But, also, do y'all know the author Dorothea Benton Frank? Well, apparently I know the niece or something, and we went up to her estate on the island, and also apparently Dorothea Benton Frank must have been a feminist or some shit because she wrote some like fantasy novels, but whatever. Got some prickly pear, made some jelly, put that bitch on a flatbread, caramelized onions, blue cheese, baked that motherfucker. It was to die for. Almost want to have my own cooking show where it's just like, you throw in some of this shit, and then it's like that, and then you throw this bitch into the oven, and then you fry that motherfucker, and then bam. Fuck you. But then it's like kind of like a straight ripoff of Bitchin' Kitchen. Bitchin' Kitchen was a pretty good show. Not gonna lie. I'm on the East Coast, so it's 8. Sorry. I only like golden curry, the yellow curry. I only like Japanese curry because it's sweeter and it's not as spicy. And weeb. But like green curry, red curry, I'm not about that. But Walmart has a box of Japanese golden curry, and it's very sweet, and this has the curry roux cubes that you just throw in a pan with some onions and vegetables and shit, and it's really good. But it's not super strong. It's just really sweet. I like to put a little bit of, just a little bit of peanut butter and some raisins in it. Kind of give it like a little bit of a Thai flavor because peanut butter makes a Thai flavor. Just, if you want to make anything taste Thai, mix some peanut butter and some soy sauce and boom, there you go. Okay, this has gone on long enough. I'm about to die. I'm sweating. So, I guess I'll see y'all around. Thanks for hanging out with me. Oh, before I go, help me figure out what I want to do for my Rinka Konoe cosplay, because I want to do something different. Like, I'll have her standard hair and hair accessories, but I kind of want to do something new. Like, I don't really want to do, like, a bunny girl, but I kind of want to, like, the Playboy bunny, but her, or, like, Lolita, Decora, not sure. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Thanks for hanging out. I love you. Bye. JK, not really.